All right, so that other people who aren't here can join in. I'll leave that chat open.
I repeat them, I just told everybody about the form.
Yeah, maybe speak it, the little, it's just,
Sure. Good morning, everybody. I know you couldn't hear me very well there,
and then you have.
but yes, I have a regular sized head, I promise. There are forms everybody here is filling out, and there's a couple of informational items. I'll be sending those out to you by email. Two of them you just look at, and the other one you need to print out, sign, and get back to me, okay? So I'll send some directions in that email.
Okay.
Thanks, Julie. Thanks, Nicole. Thanks, Sydney. We got a few more pens if anybody needs one. Yep.
What?
They all have pens. I have extra pens.
Thanks, we have lots too. We have all the things. Do you want me to? Do you have a link?
For these?
I could dock them over to those folks. That's all right.
Email that to you.
Okay. Well,
Or I can put it on.
I'll just keep playing music while you guys are filling out things. Nice. Yeah.
I just said like yes, letter without it, or do you want me to actually write it down?
A couple of those forms are repetitive, but one of them we take with us, and the other one we keep here. So we have it.
Can we get a copy?
Yeah, I'll send the digital copy. No, we can do that.
No, I just.
I am alone. So hard trying to be. You see me through the colors. I just saw senses. Oh, you could stop. You come around the wall.
They're both coffee.
Oh, okay.
I just make a lot. Oh, no, it's okay. Bring the creamer of my home and it looks like we're out. You gotta start drinking coffee Bali style. Hey, how are we on writing things down? You good? Should we start? Okay, so on Zoom, can you hear me if I'm, whoa. Stupid placement. Can you hear me if I'm standing right here? Give me a thumbs up. Nicole, good. Okay, awesome. Sydney and Julie, 2024. Who are you?
I think she's feeding our dogs.
Can you tell her not to? But I don't know who she is.
She's my mom.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
Good to know. Okay, awesome. All right. Well, welcome, everyone. As you probably figured out, I'm Michelle Haddock. This is Laura, England Precinct, and this is Darren Weaver. Hi. And I just wanted to, I thank you all for being willing to come early today. I didn't want to just throw us all in a room without, you know, and just jump into logistics without knowing each other first. And so I really wanted to take time today to start building community. And that's going to be what we are here. So ultimately, at the end of this program, what, you know, all of us are obviously doing a semester abroad and working to succeed in our classes and possibly using that to transfer on to other things. But the real, in my mind, the real definition of success is that you finish this program feeling like your community of people has just expanded infinitely beyond just the group we're with, but into the world. And I think that will happen, and you'll hear from some other students who are going to join us later on today, who were on past program or programs, depending on who shows up, to hear about the ripple effect into the future. So I just wanted to start with just this moment of, this is a really cool moment, because right now, I know you've spent a few minutes introducing yourselves to each other, but you really, some of you know each other, but most of you don't. And I don't know most of you very well yet. And so I know this is maybe sounds woo, but to take a minute to look around the room and just look at all these people, all the possibilities, all the things that you know, looking at you in Zoom. Sorry, Sydney. Sydney's sick today. Hopefully you can pop in, but just like, there's so much possibility. And I want to just, you know, Bali is a place that is so deeply heartful, and you can't meet. I mean, have you ever been able to say hello and look into the eyes and heart of anybody in Bali before they met you? Walking down the street, even strangers, you're seen. And not just seen, but seen in a way that's just really loving. And it's so welcoming. So I want to just make sure that we always keep that as our first goal. here to connect with each other. And so what I wanted to do to just get us started before we jump into all the logistics, which some of you have already started working with, is just to do an icebreaker. And so this is the icebreaker. And Sydney, are you in there? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, awesome. Maybe what we'll do, since you and Nicole are together on Zoom, we'll have you two partner up for this. So you can just talk to each other there. So what we're gonna do is just, I want you to find a person that you're going to be dialoguing with that you don't already know. So, and you don't have to sit where you're sitting all the time. Just like connect, you know, find somebody, tag them. If it's the person sitting next to you, great. But everybody just like, join into the circle. Join in. So everybody grab somebody. Or don't grab them, but shake their hand. Find someone. We have we have an even number of people. Okay, so I wanted to tell you what we're gonna do besides just talk to each other, because I actually a thing that I want you to do, okay? I know, I love that you're all junk. Okay, so here's I'm gonna give you a scenario. Okay, this is the scenario. We arrive in Bali and this Balinese woman meets us and she sees our energy and she says, you know what? I have this piece of land that's here on this coast and it goes into the mountains and it's just been destroyed by overgrazing and nobody can live on it. It's just barren land. And I want to I have this dream of creating a center of sustainability where people can live and come learn and visit and see thriving land and see how the land and the sea connect with each other. So your task is to meet your buddy and have that person tell you what they will bring to this community, because we're all going to be part of this community. Maybe it's that you're good at farming. Maybe it's that you're really good at art and can draw people in, whatever it is. Or maybe it's something that you don't feel like you can do yet, but that you're planning on gaining. Like, I really am going to be a coach and like get really good skills at like facilitating communication, whatever it is. Okay. So you can dream into it. Doesn't have to be the thing. All right. So do spend a few minutes and each of you really spend time listening deeply to the other, because when we'll give you a few minutes to do that. And when, you know, maybe 2 minutes per person, 2 or 3 minutes per person, I'll call time to switch. And then when we're going to call time to come back together, I'll coyote yelp or whatever I was doing. I don't know what animal I just was, but we'll come back together. And then what you're going to do, this is a way to drop into deep listening, is you're going to introduce your partner to the room, say their name and what they're offering to this amazing sustainability center. Okay, sound good? Yes, question. Yeah. How many groups of 3 do we have? If you have 2 groups of 3, why don't you just split them into 3 groups of 2, please? I would prefer that. So can you split into 2s? Because I think we have the right number. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. We have an even number of people. So make duads, whatever the word is. Dyad. Okay, are we in dyad now? Okay. So Sydney and Sydney and Nicole, do you want me to put you in a breakout group? Now I won't be able to hear you very well because it's so
We-
loud here.
We were just gonna use the chat.
What?
We were just gonna use the chat section.
Yeah, yeah, maybe if I mute here, you guys can hear each other, I think.
We were just gonna use the chat section. Like type.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna come back together. You know, I can't be a loud sea creature. I'm not good at making beluga clicks or something. Okay, fun, you guys, you're so shy. So do you want to start, Nicole and Sydney, on Zoom? Nicole and Sydney, can you hear us? Okay. Speak so I can see if the volume is good. Awesome. Okay. Are you okay to talk, Sydney?
Yeah.
You're so sick. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Nicole, do you want to introduce Sydney?
Yeah, this is Sydney, and we agreed that her kindness and forgiveness would be a good trait for a sustainable community.
Aw,
Yes.
sweet.
Yeah, and we
This,
kind of just introduced like each other too and chatted, but that's it.
Awesome. Kindness and forgiveness is beautiful. Terima kasih for that offering, Sydney.
what?
Terima kasih. That means thank you in Indonesian. Can I spell it? T-E-R-I-N. Sometimes I have to like check the end. Right. Okay, Sydney, are you able to introduce Nicole?
Yes. So
Okay.
this is Nicole, and we agreed that the trait that she would bring to a sustainable society is she's very social, so she can talk to a lot of people and communicate with a lot of people.
Sweet. Awesome. All right. Terima kasih for bringing your communication skills, Nicole. And
Thank you.
for being.
I have to leave because I have a final to take, but it was really nice meeting you guys. I'll see you all soon.
Are you gonna come this afternoon?
Yes, yes.
Okay, good luck on your final.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, all right. Should we just go around the room? Okay.
And we were talking about the surfing and surfboards on a little center and
Awesome. And what is the thing about surfing that feels like it's really good for a sustainability community?
Yeah, I usually use it for building community, and yeah, I don't know, just getting in the water together and trying to learn falling off and stuff. I just see it myself with my surf parents and stuff. Just helps like build connections with people.
Nice.
And then also painting it good. And maybe making the building.
Oh, yeah, beautiful. Thank you.
And then this is Nora. I'm so sorry. This is Nora. And we talked about how she wanted a pottery kind of house, and we could all do pottery and help. Oh, also like her beehives. She has these really cool beehives. So we'd be able to like, take them to the community and have plenty of things like plants or something. So we're together.
Wow, beehives, how cool. Here in Santa Barbara?
yeah.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna have to be sure to take you to, there's these bees in Bali. I can't remember what the name of the honey is, but the bees are so small. and they make this tiny amount of this honey that tastes like nothing you've ever tasted before. It's really medicinal. It's amazing. We'll go there when we're in Chandidasa. I know it. Awesome. Thank you for the bees. Okay.
So this is Jack. Talk about our- So I like,
Mm.
so she would count all of those. Make sure they're not.
Cool. Plant survey. Cool. Thank you for that.
And I had the pleasure of meeting Brent, and he was saying how he wanted to partner with the US organization to sort of have some political activism and sort of gain some knowledge about the community in Bali and assist that way, sort of to gain knowledge and awareness of the community there.
Awesome. Beautiful. Welcome. Hey.
And this is Matt, and her family is Philippines, so she's been to the Philippines. And she's in Northridge now. And she loves, her major is geography. She's interested in biology, but she's more interested in the cultural geography. And so we talked about how the cultural geography would fit with sustainability and trying to understand more about the native cultures and involve them.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Please.
No, that's it.
But we have very similar interests apparently. She thinks that she can bring very hands-on gardening to this type of community.
That's Matt.
And
Aw.
also pay attention to more of the traditional types of gardening, the more cultural things associated with that. And also kind of spawned off into conversations about how these traditional cultures may have to adapt to climate change and things like that. And how
Beautiful. Thank you.
So this is Hannah, and she is a silversmith. She
Ooh.
makes jewelry and she's very creative with art and all of that, and she would bring that into the community and teach others and create beautiful things for the community.
Wonderful.
And this is Gracie. She's from Maui and she grew up on 2 acres of land. So she grew up farming and she knows a lot about agriculture and harvesting natural resources. So she wanted to bring that to the community to just run to harvest everything that the land has to give.
Beautiful.
This is Michelle. They would bring to our community hands-on like tactile activities like pottery, ceramics, and stuff like that. Yeah.
Ooh, awesome. Beautiful dishes.
This is Caitlin.
It would be helping out with the building of the community aspect, whether it's being active outside or just having a support system in the community, as well as photography and swimming.
Thanks.
I'll go. This is Rebecca. She is a comms major and she loves marketing as well. And she also makes her own bikinis. So go support her business. If you want a cute bikini.
I need one.
Very creative.
Oh, Darren.
Nick works with
Yeah.
you know,
This is Riley, and she likes to be like involved with the community, and she is planning on becoming a teacher. So hopefully she would, if we had like this environment, she would be good at leading people and creating like, organization and stuff. She loves the beach too. So that anyone can come and have fun with such a beach.
However you want.
Either way,
Okay. Take it away.
this is Grace. She works with kids and stuff at her job, so we were thinking if any kids found their way to a community or more people joined, then we need a good role model for them. Teach them, the ways of however we build this community. So we were just looking at that kind of role model and keeping people connected, you know.
Love it. Yay.
And so this is Sheldon. And so we were thinking that, and we needed somewhere to stay, and so Sheldon offered his engineering background to help us build this community and then have somewhere to stay instead of just like having barren land. So he's gonna like help us structurally put together our community.
Awesome. Good.
This is Malia, and she said that she would be a really good teacher. We were talking about how she said when she was like younger, she would do art classes for little kids. So she said she doesn't have much of a preference, I think, between different like, people, but I think she's a really good people person, so she could teach kind of anybody to bring them together.
This is Mia, and she really likes animals, so she'd be good at like taking care of animals. Really fun.
Awesome.
Hi, this is Marina. Off the bat, she had like a super captivating energy to her. And just like its funkiness, which I really admired. She said that she wanted to just fill the space in the group and really prioritize, hold the space, not fill. Sorry. Hold the space in the group and really prioritize group dynamics and be that bridge for people and just move things in the group and I don't know, just have a very like observational and just like step back, just really mindful of how she was talking about the dynamic. We also mutually agreed, like she likes to dance and just like bring movement and like singing and dancing and just like spunkiness. So.
This is Ashley. And Ashley, great communication skills. Attention to details. It wants to be a benefit coordinator. So really look at the details as far as what's needed and bring folks together. It has no qualm or hesitancy to step into a leadership role, but at the same time, is looking to see that others step forward, not like take over. Loves to sing. I know dance. Wants to move singing and into guitar playing and raps and stuff. Making things crochet.
Awesome. We got everybody? Oh my gosh. This is Darren. Yeah, what he brings to this community is just incredible presence. Darren was the secret key that unlocked my repeated desire to, my dream to make this program happen that kept running into no's and walls and impossibilities. And then we magically found Darren and called him up out of the blue. And he's like, sure, I'll come talk to you. And it was like, suddenly the world opened up. So Darren does that.
Thank you. Thank you. Can I say a word about yourself?
Well, sure.
Okay, you know, one of the most incredible professors I've ever encountered. Energy, knowledge, and enthusiasm for allowing you to have these opportunities. You're going to be guided along by somebody who knows their material, who can communicate it, and really, really cares about each of you. So I think the caring nature from Michelle is something she will bring to this, as well as the knowledge base, enthusiasm, and love for the discipline. Actually, love for the students.
Aw, thanks. And this is Laura. I get to introduce two people like that. Or we can both introduce.
I'll be biased.
You are biased. The love and light of Darren's life. And just an amazing, deeply mindful. I mean, both of them bring so much knowledge of Bali, a couple of decades or so of experience there. So, and just really what I love about Laura is just how everybody feels instantly connected to her and just this gentle kindness and her teaching skills allow you to just pull out the most salient things that stay with you forever. I still hear 2019 students speaking wisdom that she shared.
Yeah. I have to agree. There's just this amazing energy in Michelle too. You guys are gonna love being in her class, but more than that,
being in the water with her and how excited she is when she's out there with you and showing you things and sharing things. So it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna have so much growth, like being on study abroad. It's not just your academic growth, it's growth in every way possible. So just be ready, be open, be excited. Yeah. Yes. And to be honest, I mean, we haven't been given the land, but we will take you to a place that did just. When we go to the North Coast of Bali, we will be going to the Biosphere Center and see what people have done to recover land from overgrazing and to teach children about the connection between land and sea and to really show how this world can be done well. So this actually exists and you all may be a part of such communities. So thank you for bringing all of it. And this afternoon we'll meet more people because there's only 18, 19, 20. So we have 6 other people who are part of the program that aren't here this morning since I forced you all to get up early. And there's still coffee and there's donuts and tea. But I was gonna say something before I say the next thing. And it had to do with another leader, which we just so excitedly get to bring in. So Jack Alvacher will join us on Zoom, I hope. He's up in Portland now, not Portland, somewhere in Oregon on the coast, working with salmon, but he was in the 2019 program and he's gonna join us as your TA, which makes my heart sing because he's an incredible leader and deep knowledge person and a gentle soul. So he'll be a beautiful add too. So thank you all for indulging in that activity. Is everybody good? Does anybody need to take a quick bathroom break before we transition? Are you all good? If you need to, the bathrooms are just on, you just go off the balcony and they're just to the right. You know, you walk to the end of the balcony and turn right. And that's where the bathrooms on this floor are. But what I want to do next is give these amazing women this is Natalia. This is Amelia. Okay, so these women were with us in 2023, only last semester. And so I thought I would just, and actually, ladies, what I'd like you to do is, can you come over here? I'm sorry, I'm gonna put this. But just because this is the only place there's a speaker, so for the people who will watch it later, if you just, it doesn't matter. Just if, as long as you're up around here, because that's where the microphone is. So at least it'll get picked up for the online. So really, this is just totally open. I have no idea what they're gonna say. I didn't prompt them. I just thought it's really cool because we can say all we want, but these people have been in your shoes not too long ago and can share advice or thoughts or ask them questions, whatever comes up. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Of course.
Any questions about anything?
What was it like?
Oh my gosh, that's not like super easy to explain in one sentence. Yeah, go ahead. Warm, very warm. I would recommend not bringing any pants, like, you're not gonna wear them. Literally, please don't. Yes,
Favorite thing you did on the trip?
everything.
It's really hard to choose from because they're like, everything is just amazing. Like meeting all of the people there is just super eye-opening and like nothing will ever get as close to that amazing. But I would probably say swimming with manta rays towards the end of the trip was just an insane experience. And I think about it very often. So very jealous you guys all get to go and do that.
Would you guys recommend getting your scuba cert before going, or is it fine to just bring like dive?
Oh, we'll talk.
Okay.
I would recommend, if you can, if you have the time, if not, you're gonna be doing a lot of free diving, which is what I did, and it was still amazing, like the best.
You'll still be able to see a lot of cool things.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, it's you're not gonna need the certification for any of the class stuff, but like, we both had our certs and like any chance we got on the off days, we would go and it was a really cool experience. So I do recommend it. if you
Yeah.
can,
Wait,
but
and also like, where did you guys go to do that, just by chance? There's-
SU
Yeah.
aquatics in Khalid or
Yeah.
like. it's in, like,
We'll talk about, I have a plan for y'all.
Okay.
Don't worry.
like,
We'll talk about that.
I
You
do
got it
recommend
covered.
it though, for sure. Yeah, I think we were,
Was there something you didn't bring that you wish you would have?
I didn't bring lotion and I didn't bring like aloe, like afterburn gel.
I
And
did, we were roommates.
yeah,
so
we were, these were both my roommates and
Yeah.
they're still, yeah, really close. But yeah, I did mooch off everyone, but if you don't want to do that, then I recommend bringing, honestly, the aloe. And I have like darker skin, but I was still like taking a beating every day. So-
But also you wish that you had a waterproof flashlight.
Oh,
Yeah.
that actually is such a big, I actually didn't wish that because I think I was the only one
Oh,
who
you
did
had
bring
one,
one.
that's right.
Yeah. I didn't wish that because I had one. I maybe wish I had brought extra because people who didn't have one were just mooching off me this time. And I was like, and we were in this remote place called Timuteran in North Bali. And we were like, oh, everyone's like, we'll just buy one at the dive shop. They didn't have any to like sell. You could just rent them, which is an option, but that is like 100% like, I would really bring that. That one is essential. And I think Darren bought some too for, yeah, so.
Another thing I know that Darren had recommended is like the room mosquito spray.
Mm.
That came in clutch a few times. This helped us out. So everyone will always help you out, but that was a good thing. That
Yeah.
How many different roommates?
Around like.
I was gonna say
5.
maybe 5,
Yeah, I'm like, and those 5 people are the people that I'm like still the closest with today. Like every day I see a different one of them. And Lana was my
We roomed
first.
twice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was my first and last roommate because we like met and we were like roommates for only a few days. And then it's really, I actually really loved switching roommates because I wouldn't have gotten as close to like Amelia later. And then at the end, they just were like, oh, we'll put you and Lana back together because we were all so close. So yes. Oh,
did.
I guess I'm the only one that did. I went to Singapore and Thailand. I was like, I already spent all this money like coming over here. I wasn't on the group flight, so I think I had a little different of a story than maybe you two. But I actually flew into Bangkok, Thailand first. It was cheaper. I don't, I'm not like recommending this or not, but it was cheaper for me, and I knew I wanted to go back to Thailand after because I actually have family there. It's like that I've never met, got to meet them. And so I landed in Bangkok and I like planned it. So I was like there for a night and then I flew to Bali the next day. It would have been a really long travel day otherwise. I mean, it's long anyways. And then Darren was kind enough to like let me stay at his place for like the night before, and then I met up with everyone. I'm not like advertising staying at his place, but
You guys need a
no, but I went to, because I knew I was going back to Thailand, and I went to northern Thailand, Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai, Pai, and then Singapore for one night, and it was amazing. Oh my God. And this is this is my other roommate. Oh my gosh. Hi.
Did it work? Did we build
That's
community?
amazing.
Yeah, I did not travel, but I honestly wish I would have, because I was like debating doing it while I was there, but like, if you have good travel plans before you go, I recommend doing that. You're already on the other side of the world, so it's a lot cheaper than going back and forth again.
Do any of you guys surf, and if so, board rentals, or can you bring the short?
Someone brought their own board.
That happened.
Yeah.
Board.
I mean,
It's doable.
yeah.
It's doable,
I-
I don't think she's all that.
I don't think but she stayed in Bali after, and I think
Yeah.
she moved it after.
Yeah.
I surf, but I was like, it was like on our days off, it was like either surf or scuba dive. And I was like, oh, I can surf anywhere, like scuba diving is cheaper and warmer water here, so I opted to scuba dive more. The one day I did like set out for surfing. The
That was a
waves were
mess.
totally flat. And so that was a bummer. So I don't know about renting boards, but I think it was like no more than $10 for the day. Like
Okay.
that's already like
Yeah.
expensive. So, yeah, and it's that's not something I worry about.
Okay.
You're gonna make like really good friends with the drivers and
Yeah.
you'll just be like, where can I get a board from? And they'll help you out with anything. So.
Yeah, it was so nice.
How easy was it to stay on top of like the school aspect and getting that program?
You just gotta remember, this is not a vacation. This is for school. And a lot of the people in our group were like, we're going to Bali for 2 months. Oh my gosh, through school, we're gonna do whatever we want. So that's not the right mentality to have, for sure. Just the schoolwork is really manageable if you are excited about learning all of Michelle's and Laura's things, which is super awesome. Their classes are super interesting. And I mean, I'm a marine bio major, so I mean, the marine bio aspect is obviously my favorite part. But I'm going on too long about this. But either way, sorry. Just, yeah, but it's manageable. Just stay on top of due dates, make sure you know what's up, talk to people, get in groups, do your homework then, do it at night, so you're not wasting the day, things like that. But
I'm not even a marine bio major. I'm like not a science person at all. But Michelle makes it like really fun and like engaging to like learn the science aspect of it. So like as long as you're like willing and excited to like learn and put in the work, I definitely think it was manageable.
Another thing is, so if you aren't a bio major or like haven't taken a previous bio class, are there things you should brush up on during the summer to like be better prepared for classes? Like, I don't know if there's something like cell structure, stuff like do anything that. And I realized.
No. No, yeah.
I took a bio class like aside from like in high school and like I was fine. Like
Yeah, it's like, it's not gonna be it. Yeah, no, I mean, as much as it is like school-based, you really are learning while you're there, and that's what really does make it easier. And you have your like lab snorkeling, and then if you're responsible, like, I think these were all of my roommates, like I said. I know Lana is like way more responsible than me, and so is Sammy. Oh, I can't remember. I think Amelia was, I'm just bashing on myself. I totally, like, it's easy to get behind, because you're like, yeah, I just want to go snorkeling. And for me, like, every free minute that I had, I just wanted to be like in the ocean. I also really recommend night snorkeling, by the way. I know it sounds scary. That's what the dive lights are for. It's literally, I think that, yeah, I think that was my favorite part, even more than night snorkeling, because we saw animals that you wouldn't see. You see like basket stars open up. You can also we did a night scuba dive. Yeah, you were there for that. And it was so fun. Like, yeah. So I was personally, it's hard for me to manage my time that way, because I'm like, oh, I'm in this amazing place, but you can make it happen. I think maybe just having a consistent schedule, like, okay, at this time I'm gonna like do this every day. It's worth it. Yeah.
I think like going into it with the mindset that like you are there to do schoolwork too. So like knowing that you just find that balance early on and then you'll be totally set. And it's not like everything is so interesting and it's so hands-on work. So it's way better than like sitting in a classroom and, you know, reading textbooks and stuff. So it's gonna be really exciting.
Sorry, I have so many questions. How much money should you guys set, or how much money did you guys set aside for like meals and versus like excursions for like extra? I guess, because I know that not all meals are, right, not all meals are included, so like. What do you think?
I don't think there's a set number. I think it depends how you are as like a spender. But for me, I don't spend that much. Like, there's a lot of people who like blew all their money on like shopping and clothes. But like the food is always going to be pretty affordable. Like, it's not something like, oh my God, I need to spend like $50 every day. Like, no,
It's like between $5 to $12.
like every
What
day.
was like expensive?
Yeah, it's like,
Okay.
so it just depends. I didn't really have a set budget, but I did bring my debit card, which was useful, because when you run out of like $100 bills or something, you can take money out of the ATM using your debit card. I lost my debit card there, actually. That was kind of stressful. I had to mooch again off of these three, but yeah, I think I brought like, I want to say like $800, just the, of 8 $100 bills. I think that's what I bought.
Yeah, I use my debit card mostly too. I came with like 100 or 200 and then exchanged that and then did like the debit card for my other stuff. But, like with diving, it was like a little bit more expensive with that type of thing. But I mean, yeah, it's really go down.
I would say bring more than you
Different
think you need, because I was like, I'm not gonna spend that much, but you're like all the way out there, just like, you know, as long as you're being careful, you know, you're not leaving your wallet everywhere. I didn't carry my $800 every time I went out too, so.
You should not carry.
Yeah,
your
you
$800
should.
Every time you go out.
Yeah.
That was like not $1 million.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but definitely I would also say like, I like personally, I took advantage of like almost every opportunity that I could, like diving on off days and just like saying yes to like whatever I could in the moment. And I really, really recommend doing that because yeah, even like going back, I wish I could be there right now. I'm so jealous of that now. Be so excited.
He was to stay in touch with people from home and then also keep your relationships made all the time out there.
WhatsApp for home people, for sure. I mean, it's gonna be hard to stay in contact with people from home because you're not gonna have your phone with you everywhere, because you're not gonna have cell service everywhere you go. So I would try to make a schedule to call people because you will be 15 hours ahead. So factor in that time and then be like, okay, I can call my parents at this time at night, so it'll be this time in their morning, so on and so forth. And then people on the trip, that's gonna be really easy because you'll see them every day. Like you wake up in the morning and you have breakfast with these same 20 to 30 people, which is literally the best thing ever. You guys will love that and become so ridiculously close. It will kind of be annoying, but it's really great. It's really fun, but you'll be fine making relationships with people on the trip. It's pretty easy.
And after, like, I found it pretty easy to keep in touch with everyone. Obviously not everyone is like based in Santa Barbara, at least like our group wasn't. But the people who are like here, I saw Natalia like last weekend, like, yeah, we see each other pretty frequently. I feel like make the time.
Awesome.
Do you guys recommend investing in like a GoPro?
Yeah, I'd say if you're thinking of buying one like in your lifetime, buy it before this trip.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but a lot of people brought GoPros.
And, like,
always share.
Yeah, you always share, everyone shares the pictures with each other, so like, and then you'll have, like, I had a GoPro, but everyone had like the fancier newer version, so like, I like their
Yeah.
pictures better than mine anyways.
Yeah.
But do you feel like you're all behind the camera?
No.
No, I would say I usually just use it for like in the water.
Yeah.
Stuff, but yeah, I would say it's pretty easy to not be using your phone in a place like that, so.
Don't drink the water. Oh, even with like your toothbrush? I know so many people that like, like forgot. But yeah, it was just funny.
Don't get the water in your mouth. Don't use it to brush your teeth. Use filtered water for your teeth. Don't get it in your mouth in the shower. You will
Yeah.
get Bali belly. I didn't get it, but I heard it was the worst pain. People were out for like a week, just dying internally. So just keep that in mind. Just remind
It's
each
not the
other.
worst.
Don't. Oh, okay. Oh, it's personal experience. Personal experience. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get it until the very end, which is kind of weird. And I didn't get it as bad as some other people, but like, it only lasted a couple days and it was like, I mean, some people just like use the water to brush their teeth and they didn't care, they're like, I get Bali belly, like, whatever. So it's like, whatever you want, but
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
yeah.
Thai or
Yeah,
I think it was probably Thai.
Anyway.
But yeah, I mean, like, I kind of just expected to get it when I was going there, and so it wasn't like the end all be all. So I was able to get over it pretty quick and make it out for the fun snorkeling trips and stuff, but yeah.
I would say like for Bali Belly, I know it's just a couple of us that didn't get it. And I got kind of cocky with it because I had street food quite a few times.
She was
and
another breed.
yeah, I'm like, so, but I also was traveling like before then and I got like so sick like the month before. So I was like, I think I'm immune to everything now. And so I was just eating everything. But I was just gonna say the thing about getting Bali belly that's probably kind of like the worst, maybe one of the worst things is you do have to miss out on school, usually like Michelle's lectures. And then that's where you're like, have to kind of catch up after that. And it's kind of a bummer. So I'm really glad that I didn't miss anything.
Did any of you guys try to learn any of the language?
Not really beforehand. I know one of us learned for like a year beforehand somehow, and he managed and he spoke pretty fluently, which was great. Some of us did not learn the language beforehand, and when we got there, we just picked up a couple words and phrases, and that was pretty fun.
I
probably not really learned.
I really like languages. So my mom's a Spanish teacher and I was like, she's always gotten on me about that. So I didn't have like time at all before Bali to even think about learning Bahasa Indonesia. But I actually took a gamelan class. That's like the type of music, that was my like preparation for before Bali. That's the type of music they play there, which is so fun, by the way. But yeah, as for Indonesian, I still have like my little Duolingo Indonesian thing. I didn't learn beforehand, but you can totally learn while you're there. I remember when I landed, I had like one of the drivers who drove me to Darren's house, like Lendung. I just like literally started a notes app that day and just like wrote down like how to say thank you, good morning, like how are you, like all these just common phrases. And by the end I was like, I feel like I can put this on my resume. Like it's not that hard to learn. It's not like a lot of languages with like conjugation. It's actually pretty nice, and the locals, it means so much to them if you can like learn a little bit of their language, and they already learned English for you. So I think it's like the least you can do if you can even just say like Selamat pagi, which is like good morning. Like they literally are like, oh, so cute. I love them. So yeah.
Is there anything like extra shocking about the actual day-to-day of life, like the living situations or moving to places or anything like that?
Yeah, the amount of plastic you see everywhere. It's very shocking. It's very upsetting. Even in the ocean, you see swimming in the morning and Pumutuan, and there's a plastic bag. Not just one, but like hundreds. And there's just trash everywhere. There's microplastics everywhere, and it's really heartbreaking. But on the day-to-day basis of moving around, I mean, it depends. Definitely bring car sickness medicine, motion sickness medicine, because some of us get really motion sick, and you'll be on boats, you'll be on cars. Yeah. That
And what roads are windy.
the roads are incredibly windy. The drivers are ballsy. They're great, but like, holy cow, you gotta hold on to something.
It was like fun.
Making sure I had. But yeah, the motorcycles get like this close to the cars, and there's like 4 people on a motorcycle, and you're like, that's great. And their dog. I swear. Yeah.
No.
Nope. Yeah.
Not during the program, no.
You can't get a Grab, you get in trouble.
Yeah. Grab is like the Uber of Southeast Asia. And I mean, if you need, I did like some exploring like on my own, but getting a Grab like car is really inexpensive anyways. And if you're traveling after, you can do that. Like I took some Grab bikes in Thailand, that was fun. But yeah, I didn't actually ever drive my, so yeah, it's just, I think that's just something that's a precautionary.
And the only reason for that is if anything happened, your insurance won't cover it. It's very expensive if you're not insured to get patched up and maybe brought home. Insurance is invalid. It's the lowest side.
And there was like no time where like you need to really go anywhere else. Like they take,
Yeah.
drivers take you everywhere, and you have pretty much.
And you can walk, like everything's in
walking
walking
too.
distance too. So
So you travel, did anyone else here travel afterwards? Okay, so when you were traveling afterwards, did you like take all of your luggage with you while you're traveling, or did you ship some of yours back? Or how did you?
I
go about
brought all my stuff with me. I'm a
Okay.
pretty light packer, so I didn't even need to check a bag actually. I had like a free two free check bags from like literally
That's
my
not
suitcase. So like, yeah, that's when we were first roommates, I was like, oh, we're different. Like, but we're like so close now. But I didn't do that. But I just try to pack. Someone gave me really good advice. Like if you're a girl or you just like wearing dresses, you can dresses are like a great thing to bring because it's like covers, you don't have to bring two things. They're light and they're cute. And a lot of us ended up buying like the cutest dresses in Bali anyways. So I would pack pretty light and I think it's totally doable. Like if you're just smart about it, a lot of times I bring stuff and like things like clothes that I necessarily don't like care too much about. And I also like, for example, at the end of the trip, I left my fins there because like one of our drivers, Guru, he like didn't have any fins. And I was like, I'm just gonna leave these for him. I have like 3 pairs at home. So, and now I'm just like, oh, my little part of me is in Bali still, and hopefully he's using it. So it's things like that, like,
Also, Natalia sent some of her stuff home with us.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I did. I could have done it.
So like, if you like
forgot
have
about
friends who are not traveling afterwards, and they're also gonna be in Santa Barbara, like, that's also an option there, if they're feeling really kind.
Yeah, so like you'll make friends with everybody and some people would like
That's so
pay,
true.
like give them money to like pay for next trip back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody, except for the extra sign here that I sent, anybody had a scanner.
Yeah, because I think you said there were 2 bags like free.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm bringing one.
Don't overpack that.
Do you guys bring, sorry, this is another word, just like suitcases or like, should you bring like a backpacking backpack?
Both.
Both?
I brought a suitcase.
I
like
brought a
little.
suitcase and just like a regular backpack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
But
depends on what you need.
The roads can be like unpaved, so like bringing the rolling thing
Yeah,
isn't
my
always
wheel
gonna
broke.
work out.
Yeah.
Yeah, her
My wheel broke.
I mean,
Maybe it was just like dependent on the day, but, or the activity, but like what shoes.
Everyone wore flip-flops, so bring a sturdy pair of flip-flops or sandals or Tevas or Chacos or whatever you're into, but like, don't bring things like Vans or Chucks or like whatever, you're not gonna wear them, it's too hot. I would bring water shoes just in case for when you go tide pooling, but I mean, it's either barefoot or sandals, that's like all you're gonna wear.
I got a really good pair of Tevas for the trip and I did not take it off the whole time. I really recommend that because they're like waterproof and then they have like the straps on them so you can wear them like pretty much any activity we did. I was wearing them and like going out to dinner and whatnot. So
I think like if you can afford the space, like a pair of old tennis shoes is nice. Like I said, you can always like maybe leave them there at the end of the trip if it doesn't fit. So I thought I was gonna do that, but I just like wore them and it was fine. But I think I just brought tennis shoes, like old tennis shoes and flip flops.
You're obviously close now.
Yeah.
Either of you know each other before this program.
No, I knew Brady, I mean, you guys, but I knew Brady before the program for. Sorry.
Wait, you should tell your story. I think you should.
Okay, wow.
They're real.
I feel like yeah, I didn't know anyone on this trip.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Yeah, so
I
Yeah,
mean,
we
we
didn't.
kind of had the bus ride to LAX
But that
together, but that was
that's
was
part of the
so,
yeah.
so,
Yeah, we took the Airbus together, so we
Yeah.
got tight pretty quick. But, yeah, I did. Some people had like classes with each other, I think I was.
oh, I
so
went
they,
to
like,
high school with Cal.
Knew of each other, but.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I remember.
Yeah, like
But
Yeah,
yeah.
But yeah.
I didn't know anyone and I'm from Santa Barbara. But now like it's like these are the people I see like literally on the day to day and they're like some of my closest friends. So you can kind of look forward to that. I didn't go to any pre-departure meeting also, so I think I went to the very last one, but I didn't talk to anyone. So I like pretty much met everyone in Bali. And it was, yeah, like it's so nice.
Pay attention to the time.
If you have, more questions might come up. Decide if they want to share contact information, or you can send messages through me or into our WhatsApp group. So I know most of you are on the WhatsApp group. If you're not yet, we'll get in there, I'm sure by the time we leave. But that's a great place for questions. Things. Yeah, thank you so much for coming and sharing your experiences. Thank you. Yeah, who else besides Lana transferring?
Alana, she got into Monterey Bay.
I know.
Where are we going?
Santa Cruz.
And where to Irvine?
Irvine. Oh my God.
Okay, yeah. Awesome.
Did any of you guys apply to transfer Bali for involvement?
I started my PIQs a little bit beforehand and then didn't stress about it at all in Bali and then came back and stuff where it was very doable. We get back, like you get, it's like the same time, right? Like.
We shifted it a little earlier.
Oh, yeah.
For voting day.
Interesting. But if you're traveling after, like you want to keep that in mind too. Like if you can,
Yeah.
maybe just do the bulk of it before. And yeah, I would do that personally.
Yeah, everyone either had a laptop or an iPad.
I think I had an iPad.
No, it's.
More lightweight.
Then there's a Canvas shell, probably, for you guys. I mean, we had a Canvas shell, but yeah, that would be helpful.
Did you guys share stuff while you were there in terms of resources?
Everything.
Literally everything. When you're there will be things like, electronics and things like that that you might just share too, if you kind of know somebody that you want to go into it knowing you're going to share.
Yeah.
You can do that to reduce the amount of stuff.
Yes, yeah, there's a like special plug that goes into the wall that I would just get on it, like Amazon or wherever you can find, because it's like a certain kind.
Different than the European.
Yeah.
Yes,
I think it's the round ones. So
it's like it's the two prong, right?
Yeah,
The
because I
two
was
prong.
in Europe like the month before and it was the same one.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, just make sure it's like the round one. But you can always buy them there or like in the airport. I was gonna say, going to that end of like what I wish I'd brought, a portable charger actually is really like, it comes in handy. I would say, especially if you're traveling after again, 'cause there were a couple times where I was like out and it's like, man, like if I like don't know how to get back to my hostel, like this is like after traveling after, I was like, I literally kind of screwed. So that didn't happen, but I would say that. And also my dad got me this waterproof watch before I left and it like, I haven't taken it off since. Like it is really nice, especially if you or someone who wants to go snorkeling, but you have like an activity later, you can be like, oh, it's like not noon yet, I have some time. So, and Sammy, like,
I borrow it
yeah.
all the time. I'm
Yeah.
going like morning swims. I'm like, oh, I have to be back for breakfast.
yeah. So I think that's actually a really good investment if you can get a waterproof watch.
What did you do for like SIM cards? Because when I went to Europe, like the US locked my SIM card and I didn't have one for a couple of weeks. But like,
Their notes.
We'll go over a lot of that.
Yeah.
stuff. We'll go over all the details.
Okay,
of that.
yeah.
I would recommend that.
I mean,
Especially to like nice people, like, oh, like we're at this restaurant, so we need to like.
send your parents pictures,
Yeah,
call
take
people.
pictures.
Yeah.
I would say it's a good little, just good tool to have.
You don't have to be on it all the time. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't have my phone on me, like, when we were in class. Like, anytime we went on a boat, I left it in the hotel room. Like, you can definitely be like unplugged, but I think it's good to have. Just for like
pictures.
safety pictures, yeah.
did you guys break cameras that work? Like, it's about, yeah, I can tell you more about this.
Some people,
A couple people
did,
brought
yeah.
their own. but,
I think that's really cool. There's so many cool picture opportunities.
Well, yeah,
if you're into
Alana
that.
was
They use it a
really good
lot,
with her
so they
photography.
do a lot of stuff, but,
Yeah.
Are you leaving us now, or are you gonna be around during the day?
I think they deserve to repeat it too.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll probably, I'll have to, I don't know, I have to take a final today. Oh. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Anytime. Yeah. Yeah, totally. I got that. Yeah.
No, we, you guys are like, we have to.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
we're
really?
still here.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
we're still on campus, but it's gonna be finals week, but yeah, if you see us around, like, just, yeah, try to remember the team.
Okay, everybody say, Tarima Kasi. So good to see you all. Eat some donuts. You guys like that, all these donuts. Okay, so it's 11:30. Where are where you'll register for the main session and there'll be pizza for lunch. And then in the afternoon, then after the like 12:30 to 2:15 or something, that the main everybody all hands meeting is, and then we'll do another breakout for all the little nitty details. So just the fun lovey-dovey part. Before you guys go from here now, if you've completed this form, I'll collect those from you. Thanks, guys. Okay, we'll reconvene later after the big meeting.
Yours are for two? Okay, I'll talk to you later.
Sydney, I'm gonna close the Zoom and hopefully we'll see you this afternoon, okay?
Okay, sounds good. Bye.